Good afternoon, I'm Tiro, and these are notes for Creature Enemy Combat in Project Pius. Basically, this is normal battle outside of towns and villages with the bad guys, and this includes people such as, thieves, knights, soldiers, those type of things. Animals, monsters, spirits, demons, and objects. Those are the main classes I've thought up of to make sure we have a robust world. And at originally I had a problem with monsters in that okay, if I'm going to deal with the Christian mythos, I really only have like, angels, humans, and animals. That's it to play around with. And so I can't necessarily, I'm going to run out of woodland creatures to bop on the head. But I remember these are also the people that thought up of dragons and hippogriffs. So that expands the type of species I can have. So I'll include monsters and maybe play around with the motif of natural animals versus monsters, kind of like in Crystal Chronicles or even Pokemon. I also would like to thank Saga series, or the Saga series, for actually having most of the monsters just be normal animals that are really big or magical. Okay, and in order to, if normal animals deal with physical combat, demons deal with spiritual combat and have to expand it. So I'm thinking of adding, quasi ambiguous non physical entities such as jinns, fairies, elementals, those type of deals to supplement demons, because it's going to get boring just, you know, fighting imps and stuff. However, there's a problem because in other situations, I can have something like an ofura, which is that little paper charm in Japanese culture to stop spirits or zombies or obake or even like, kitsune fox spirits, kind of monsterish characters. And it's no problem, even though it's a spiritual action. If I do the same here, especially with something less benign or, more benign like a fairy with, let's say, holy water, that's going to leave a nasty taste in people's mouths of triumphantalism. I know that's a precarious situation. That's why I said at the beginning monotheism, so I don't have any, like, cross culture conflicts. Um, don't know how that's going to deal with, but I know I have to be careful in my spirit choice if I were to use spirits as a enemy class or sample. Okay, now for the normal things. Demons. What are they known for? Possessing people. And basically it's the full-on apparent possession that everyone's familiar with, with split pea soup and vulgarity and stuff. However, there is a different form that not many known, which is hidden possession, in which an object or thing is possessed and it's not known, but it leaves a nasty taste in their mouth. There's something wrong with the character or person. Normally in video games, movies, and television, this is very obvious. The only one that has done it right actually is Tales of Fantasia, or no, Tales of Symphonia with Colette. Now she's not possessed, but there's a difference in her character that kind of puts up warning signs of something fishy is going on. So, if I were to apply a hidden possession mechanic, I would like to do the same thing in which here are characters that are possessed, but they look like normal ones, or they behave like normal ones, and I would either have to modify their behavior or their appearance or AI or something to show that they're actually possessed, so you can maybe stir up the demon and then get more pious points by exercising rather than just mere killing. However, I need to make it some type of good convention so that you don't have the drudgery of searching for every monster for a demon. That's just too much work. Want to avoid it. Okay, and then I'm thinking of also in combat possessions of animals, objects, and possibly players. I don't know about actually having the player characters being possessed because that might make the code too complex, but possibly other animals and objects. And this is why I included objects as an enemy because of this mechanic. Normally you just have the bad guys on one side and then your party on the other. In the game I'm thinking that pertaining on your area you also have objects like trees or rocks and stuff. And then makes sense? Does to me. Um so Another interesting mechanic to play around with. And then finally, there's always the most famous thing, fusion. Ha! Can I basically have a whole bunch of little demons merge to make a big one in battle or in game? If you watch Inuwasa, it's the whole thing with Naraku and stuff. So, in retrospect of doing this, I've noticed that demons are very complex. And do I want that complexity in normal battles? If I get lazy, it's basically I can just, as a quick fix, I can just make only demons bosses. But that would make sense, kind of like the Final Fantasy V or 6, where you have more sophisticated battle systems and such. Maybe not, I don't know. Also, it seems that it would be nice to have a fusion possession system in where a demon has a certain stats and other characters have certain stats, and so I can put them together to form a new creature based upon their statistics and such. Or I maybe even have a system where it splits them up in a generic sort of way. Also, in noticing the demons, the other creatures kind of are out of the spotlight. Basically, you have normal animals that you just fight, and maybe normal spirits to deal with exercising or the skill sets. And that's it, and it's not really fancy. In fact, I think I added spirits to increase, to make sure you use your spiritual skills without actually worrying about searching for the demons, especially in the rabbit chipmunk sense. So, it's an obvious thing to do. That makes me think maybe I should just remove spiritual and physical combat and just leave the complex exercising for demon boss battles. I don't know, and that's why I'm doing this, or voicing these ideas to see what comes up. So, until next time, I'm Tiro, and have fun making games. See ya!